opposed to where someone point to their mask that they're wearing, right? Which means, is she trying to indicate that where's your mask? Like, to me, she was doing like this. I was like, you know what? You wear your own mask. Have that on yourself. I am fine where I am at without mask or so, you know, without being acquiesced to the mask and just, okay, it's just a mask, you know, put it on. No. And then next thing you know, it's gonna be, it's just a vaccine, you know, it's just the vaccinated. What's the problem? Don't you want to be immune to COVID-19? Is that what it is, or is it more to it than that? I'm not totally sure, but I just passed by the playground at there by West Seattle High School just now, and there's a block of groups of individuals that's just, you could say, are not wearing masks, which is all cool. And then there's the other side, you see a few kids that has some masks on and some don't. But I think that's one thing that's not that I don't accept, is because it's taking away our freedom of not wanting to wear it or not, especially those who are not sick, as a matter of fact, should not be wearing it, and it should not be mandatory, because what's the point of wearing masks? We've been living with this diseases that we've been having since we were first born with a breath. We cry, right? We are already a disease when we were born. We're impure at the same time, and also we are decaying right when we are born. We are decaying if we don't nourish ourselves, right? So we have to nourish ourselves. We have to water our mind and feed our body, our spirits. So that's the same thing. Just as if we're wearing it or not wearing it, it makes no difference. Diseases, germs, we are germinating on this planet Earth. At the same time, we have a little small organism, microcosm, as we are. So the universe is also inside of us, as also outside of us, vice versa. And why we are afraid of something that we should not be afraid of? Because what are we? If we none, just like a rotten log, a living log, a log with conscience, a tree with conscience. But when a log is dead, like when we're dying, we stiff as fuck. We stiff as a horny guy, right? Get stiff. It's just like as above so below, as within so without. And we all know that, but we have the tendency to forget because we don't always remember things. And it's because the fact is that we don't want to remember things, because some memories are painful, some good memories are painful now, because the good memory is not here, it's not permanent, because everything is impermanent, everything is ever changing. We know that, but why are we denying the fact that's what it is? And why are we covering our face as if we're gonna die when we know we all dying, but we want to protect ourselves from not dying or catching the disease? The disease not up from the COVID-19 disease of the mind. Let me repeat that. Let me reiterate that again. The disease of the mind, that we having that divisions of the diversity is one, but then we have the diversity and diluted, and we divide ourselves. This is all a bunch of D, you know. It's some deep shit. We are diversity. We are in this deep shit together as well too. And within the division, we should not be divided. We should be in as unity, as in unification, as a whole one. That's what we are. Even though we are all interconnected, linked together, right? Linked together, right? And yet we are not one and the same. We are not one and the same, yet we are all linked as one and the same. Connection, interconnectedness, that's what it is. Oneness. When you hear the oneness, it's plural with the one. Plural, multiply, multiplication as in numbers, but minus it has become to one as zero. We are one, minus that, zero is a whole. Zero is not nothing. Zero is something. Zero is an illusion, dissolve of everything of the number after zero, after one. After 1 is 2 plus and so on. That's our multiplication as we multiply ourselves. But minus that is 1 as we 1 in the whole. And take that out, again, it will dissolve the delusion of delusions. So it won't be delusional. It's an illusion of all, as in the galaxy is 0, 1, universal, infinity. But we can also, there's the left side, there's the right side, and there's the middle path that we could strive for. That is something worth striving for. That is something that worth putting the effort, push forth, endurance, the pain, and the voluntary suffering that we put ourselves into to get rid of the defilements of the mind that we have, all those defilements, all those negative energies, the thoughts that come to our mind that's not our, it's from someone else that we that's emanated from. It's that kind of trying to come to our mind. But we got to show that we got the barriers within our mind, so we got to protect ourselves from the inside out as well too. We protect ourselves, our electromagnetic field. We built the energy there. We don't let it penetrate through us. Let it not be penetrate through us. Especially when we already pierced through the veil. We lift the veil off. We lift the darkness out so we can see the sun shine bright. When the garage is open, the sun shine in. So once we lift the veil out, we are able to shine forth the light onto the darkness. So they can see, so then they can make a decision for themselves. They can make the decisions, use the discernments, what is good and what is not, right? That's the decision, that is the decision that they have. That is the what you call it, the karma effect that they put forth. That is there is no obstruction there. That is the free will. There you go. That's the free will to do what you want to do. But be careful what you do. Use your discernments of the action that you're about to do. That is the free will, because you will reap the result that you put in, whether it's good or bad. You are the crown of your being. It's the crown, which means you accept yourself for who you are. You have to accept the responsibility 100%. You are the crown of it, which means you are the owner of your karma. You're here to the karma, born of the karma, relate to karma, by supported by your karma. Whatever karma that you shall do, whether it's good or evil, of that you shall be the heir, the crown, the owner of the karma. Got it? Yes. So that being said, let's be a good human being. Human being. That's what we are. We gotta be, not just do it. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I have repeated that multiple times about human being, human not doing, and also wearing masks and all that stuff as well too. Anything else that I need to cover for right now? Well, let's see. The mask, right? The vaccinations, the hypocrites and racism, racists within their color. You should be ashamed of yourself hating on just a color. You're fucking arrogant, ignorance, and I would say ignorance. Ignorance is not a bliss. Ignorance brings chaos. Ignorance is foolish. It's a crybaby. That's ignorance. That's just fucking would not accept things as it is. That's being skeptical, which is good, but would not only see one side. Narrow-minded is what it is. Narrow-minded. What is narrow-minded? That take thing as it is, and without using your discernment, being acquiesced, and just take it as it is. You see that kind of individuals, it is self-destruction, and also could be destructive to others, because they're not being mindful and they don't give a which I really believe they should give a to their own satisfactions. It's not self-gratifications, because that is short-term lived. So for the long term, like a marathon, to do everything that we do to sustainable, to not be superficial, to be authentic and realistic as possible, to be human, to be good, man, kind to all individual, and to be egalitarian, equality, to have balance and equilibrium with all sentient beings, animals as well too, of course. That's why we call sentient beings. That's what we are. We are it. We are all it. As it is, so are we. And we claim to be the most intelligent beings, right? Genius. But somehow we outsmart ourselves and fucking, excuse my language, we just drop ourselves as low as the animal at times. And even a monster, as a matter of fact, a fucking monster. I mean, not a beast. A beast can be cool, but a monster, a fucking, it's terrifying. It's horrific. It is despicable, and it needs to be addressed because it needs changes. It needs helps. If it needs helps, it needs attention. The attention that it needs, like a mama, like a baby need a mama to breastfeed her. So then it could be nourished, well nourished. So it could be more of a human being instead of a monster. So we must not neglect that. We must be mindful and do what it is, do what it takes as well to be able to stir that beings to become a more human beings, so it won't be alienated. And so can enjoy their life and reap the fruits of a human being instead of dumbed down and down to deprivation and less than animals. You know, that is sad. And we can do that. We can help. If we are able to lift our spirit ups, we can also help lift their spirits ups to be here on earth together, living a life that we should live, that is meant to be living with joyously, peace and harmony, with equanimity and compassion for one another. So be compassionate, have passion, and also have compassionate passion in whatever you love to do, and also your recreation and recreate yourself, and in the process of recreation, having fun, and having leisure opportunity just to walk and enjoy ourselves in this pleasant time on earth here in 2020. Here we are, we live in here, we have this marvelous mechanic metal vehicle we call cars vehicle, right, to take us not just on a horse. So we can use electric, we can use gas, we can make the world a better place to live in, to strive for, to live for, to dream about, to create how we imagine it to be without destructive desire. It shouldn't be destructive. It should be more pleasant. It should be more desirable. When the destructive, we should take that out. Minimize of destruction, minimize all those negative thoughts within our own self that is not ours, that come into our body, trying to possess us to do something that is despicable. Which is, when you catch that shit, we want to flip that script right away and put in something more positive. We all have that inner Mara in us that we want to illuminate, that sunshine, shine it up, illuminate it so it can burst the shit up in the ass and ignite the shit to become more lively, more lovable, more loving, more pleasing to the eyes. You know what I mean? All that good stuff that directed from ourselves, that we can orchestrate it from the universal love and let it saturate it in our whole body, permeate it with love. As it saturated the whole sentient being's aura, would just shine bright, as you see within as the sunshine. You see, it's light. It's not a halo, but it is good enough to live and learn, to grow, to evolve as a human beings without being in discrimination, without being racism, being racist when you see different colors because it's different from your own self. You know what? You think your color's any better? Your pigment on your own skins? I don't think so. That's why I say you're arrogant, you're ignorance, not know who you are, what you are. Just your skin color, we all wrinkle, right? Something we want to make a better art for your own body. You put tattoo yourself. There's gonna be criticism. People gonna say, "Oh, your skin gonna get old and wrinkled." Yeah, your skin is gonna get old and wrinkled. So it doesn't matter if we have a tattoo or not, right? Can you take the pain of a tattoo? Can you take the pain of a tattoo? Can you take the pain of looking fit and working on your mind? It's stressful. Everything is stressful. You put stress on your mind. You put stress on your body to get to where we are at, to evolutionary evolve, to break through. Because we break down already many times. We gone through hell, we gone to heaven. We're here on earth to make a better, to create a better, to live a better life. Here, now, not delaying time. In this timeless, we call 2020. How about then? Then we don't know then. That's then. Fortunately, that we don't remember our lives in the past, whatever that would be, as in animals, or as in whatever that is. In the celestial realms, we can be a divinity, a divine beings, and now we take birth as human beings here. Luckily, we're not animals. We are part of animals, right? Divine as well, a worm as well. You see a creature, rats, they die, worms come up from them. When we die, worms eat us. What's the difference? The truth can set you free. The truth could be very disturbing. The truth, they can call you conspiracy. When you drop the knowledge bomb on them so hard and break their reality, they call you conspiracy. They can't take that shit because their reality is so phony that fuck what happened. They can't live without that identity. That's the mask, that's the persona, that's their mask, who they is, CEO, who they are. Fucking from McDonald's to whatever it is that they climb up the ladders, but who you are intrinsically is spiritual beings that want to live a better life, that we are caged in this society, that they make it, they plan it, they want us to be like this or be like that, categorize ourselves so we can feel less or we can feel more. How do you feel about yourself? I hope you find inner peace within yourself and love who you are and what you are and where we came from, whatever ethnicity that is. No one is better than you or greater than you are. No one is less than you are too. We are all equal. We are all one and the same. You had to see this when I say this. You have to feel it as well too. It's not one like everyone is saying. Oh, just one. Oh, you know, we're one. Oh yeah, positive vibe only. Of just positive only. Yes, only positive. Of course, we like to have positive stuff in our own mind. You know, all the negative that's going on. We want to have the positive. We want to be the positive, more motivational force in this lifetime. We want to be positive. We want to be, you know, the best. There's the best. What's the best we would ever be as well too. Because that's when we be the best. There's the best. What's the best we'll ever be? We be in the best version of ourselves. And once we are the best version of ourselves, we automatically naturally allow others to be likewise. Right? Because why are we all also playing small all the time? Here's a quote from Nelson Mandela. Our greatest fear is not even adequate. Our greatest fear that we're more powerful beyond measure. It's not our darkness that frightens us the most. It is our lights. Because we also ask ourselves, who are we to play small? You know, right? Who are we? Because we play small so other people won't feel inadequate, right? I mean, who are we not to play fabulous? Because we are majestic from the sun as well too. We are handsome, beautiful heart, right? With compassionate, with equanimity, right? We use our own mind, intelligence, our intellect, our ingenuity, right? Yes. And then once we allow ourselves to shine forth, we automatically allow others to do likewise. But we still play small at times so other people won't feel inadequate. Because we care for other people. But you know what? Sometimes I don't think they care for us. How we feel. Like when I was a couple, I didn't want to just kiss and run in front of anybody, hold hand or whatever, it's just like that. Because I don't want other people to feel they ain't got no, you know, I don't want them to feel left off. And now that I'm single, it's all good. You know, I'm happy. Because I'm happy with myself, I'm happy with others, and I don't feel lonely. Or sometimes if you feel lonely when you're in a group of friends, that's something you need to really consider. That's something you really should question yourself. And speaking of question yourself, why should I wear a mask? Question yourself, what's up with the pandemic, the panic? You know, it's panic. People panic when it's the pandemic. That pandemic planet, all right? It has to be, right? Look at us. You've seen people. It's like who's being affected by it. What is the statistic of death? And we are so close to the funeral homes that one was here, but now let me show you, it disappeared. It got burned down. So here we are. Here. So as you can see, coming across here, you see the building over there. As you can see right there. That used to be a funeral homes, and now it got taken out. And what's the out of that? What is the out of this right here? This is a funeral home, right? What is the statistic? The statistic of death being buried, burnt, or whatever it is, cremation, right? What is statistic? The statistic, right? Of death. There's none, as you can see. Look, why is it that it got burned down? That's a question. And then people, oh, you know, then people die. I wasn't even told this runner, she's so fitted and she died. You know what? When I hear that, what I did, I decided to test that out myself. Test that theory, the hypothesis. And oh, here, let me show you. Oops. As you can see right there, this is the burnt down left of the funeral homes, right? So yeah, so since the Corvette's gonna be exposed, so what I did was, this is what I did. I went out, exposed myself, I run. I wasn't even a runner I wasn't even a runner at first, but I became a runner. To be selfless, to sacrifice, and have love and kindness towards all beings, to make sure that our sentient beings are able to survive without mass. And here I am, standing the test of time. I Fruitarian love you. I love you. Take care of yourself, ladies and gentlemen. I love you. From Paññā, 2020, late August, morning, 11:43. I Fruitarian love you. F could mean a lot of stuff. It's fantastic. F is mean fruits. Fruitarian. F it mean could mean many stuff. Fantastic. I love you. Take care now.